NTA 10, Station for Excellence.
And you are welcome to another edition of NTA Lagos Channel 10 Saturday News Review at 7. I am Oluwabukola Akonde. First, we start with the news of the day as the National Council on Establishment, at the end of its 45th meeting for the 18th time, rejected outrightly the request for an upward review of the retirement age for public servants to 40 years of service or 65 years of age. Ahmad Chabani reported that this was part of the communique issued by the council at the end of the meeting. The report.
The 45th National Council on Establishments, which took place in Bauchi State, issued a 13-point communique, among which is a rejection of the upward review of retirement age, as it is contrary to the national aspiration of renewal, youth empowerment, and innovation. However, it noted that the option of contract appointment exists and should be explored where necessary to bridge skills gap as a result of retirement. The Council approved integration of National Skills Qualification Level 1 to 5 in Scheme of Service, professionalization of human resources practice in the public service, creation of Information and Public Relations Officer cadre structured Level 8 to 17, and Executive Officer Information and Public Relations cadre structured on grade Level 6 to 14 on the Scheme of Service. That a retreat for head of service to cross-fertilize ideas peer review will be held once a year in the first quarter. The Council also resolved that the Standing Committee should undertake a holistic evaluation of requests for enhanced entry points and report back at this 46th Council meeting, and the Secretariat should reiterate to all MDAs the stringent criteria for enhanced entry points as approved by the 42nd Council meeting held in Lagos to stream frivolous requests. Council appreciated the renewed commitment of government to the welfare of civil servants and urged ministries, departments and agencies of government to be more proactive on training and welfare matters without waiting for the labor unions to champion the demands. Council applauded the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Folashade Emi-Esan, for exemplary leadership in steering the reforms and laudable addition to the revised public service rule in the Federal Public Service. The 46th National Council on Establishment meeting will be held in Oshogbo, Osun State in 2024. Hamman Jabani, NTA News.
Also, the Lagos State Governor has called on council chairmen in the state to focus on housing projects in the respective local governments and LCDAs in order to bridge the housing deficits in the state. The governor made the call at the inauguration of 101 housing units in the Agboyi Ketu local government development area of Lagos. Ese Uwamaka reports.
101 housing units project, which began in 2010 in the Agboyi Ketu area of Lagos, is aimed at addressing housing needs in the state and revitalizing a once notorious spot for criminals. The chairman at Agboyi Ketu LCD, Dele Shinowo, expressed his gratitude to the Lagos State Governor for his immense support towards the realization of his vision, noting that the completion of the project significantly contributes to the themes agenda of the Lagos State Government and exemplifies the potential of local governance in Nigeria.
Making Lagos a 21st century economy by substantially reducing the housing deficit through different strategies. This includes partnering with the private sector to deliver a significant number of housing units that are affordable, safe and decent people residing in Lagos State.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu emphasized his administration's commitments to creating an enabling environment for the private sector, as well as partnering with developers to provide more decent and affordable houses for Lagosians.
Last 4 years, we have handed over 19 housing estates that this administration has done. I want to throw the challenge to other chairmen that are here. I know that all of you have your peculiar challenges and you have your peculiar visions of what you want to do. But housing should certainly also rank among those your vision.
The construction of the 101 housing units in the Agboyi Ketu LCDA makes the local authority the first to construct a residential housing estate under a public-private partnership arrangement in Nigeria. In Lagos, S.A. Omaka, NT News.
Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has rewarded Community Development Association in the state for actualizing the objective of the Teams Plus agenda of his administration. This was at the 2023 Annual Community Day celebration, where cash gifts and grand prizes were awarded to the outstanding Community Development Association. Again, S.A. Omaka reports.
A celebration organized by the Lagos State Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs. Focusing on the theme, community engagement, a veritable tool for infrastructure development on rural communities, key players urge community development associations in the state to continue to play their significant roles in complementing government efforts of delivering dividends of democracy to the state through the development of self-help projects in their respective communities.
Office of Rural Development in the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development is a testament to the commitment of Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu's administration to ensuring the overall development of our communities. Through this office, government will be able to critically assess the needs of our rural communities and provide necessary support needed in this community. On behalf of all CDAs, CDC and CDAC, let me reassure Mr. Governor of our loyalty and support for your administration.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who addressed members of the Community Development Associations in Yoruba language, noted that his administration recognizes the rising cost of drugs and will therefore embark on health palliatives that will improve the well-being of residents in rural communities. The event reached its peak with the presentation of consolation prizes of 500,000 naira and 4 brand new buses to outstanding community development associations and best rural community of the year. In Lagos, S.A. Omaka, NT News.
And to the sports news tonight, let's join our correspondent for an update.
Team Nava Dockyard are champions of the maiden edition of the Admiral Superintendent Volleyball Championship in Lagos. The team defeated Team Western Naval Command 3-2 during the tension-soaked final.
Have a very strong volleyball playing community in the Navy, so it's not surprising that we have this kind of activities coming up here.
Meanwhile, it was an interesting final at the Agoyin-Rossi Cantonment Sports Complex Abuja, where the 24th annual Nigerian President National Peace Under-20 Male Youth Football Tournament tagged Renewed Hope Agenda Clamors as Top Rovers Football Club Abuja defeated Royal International Academic 4-1 through penalties.
Some also grassroots coaches too in the country that monitors our activities and at the same time even pick the hidden talented ones too.
In another development, after many years of setback, FIFA has approved about 30 Nigerian referees on their 2024 international list. Among them are 11 referees and 11 assistant referees, 4 beach soccer referees and 4 futsal referees. The 11 referees include Bashir Salisu, Ogebo Joseph, Olufunmilayo Alaba, Nuruddin Abubakar, and finally Team Bayelsa State, champions of the 2023 National Para Games in Abuja, are still in the euphoria of celebration as the Youth and Sports Commissioner Daniel Igali has commended the athletes for their excellent performance.
As it prides itself in putting maximum effort in our athletes.
Bayelsa State won 33 gold, 24 silver, and 20 bronze medals to emerge champions. With sports updates, Peter Oibo, NTA News.
The news review of the day. But before that, we'll be going on a short break. Please stay with us.
Take off into a world of casino games and find your new favorites. Play a few rounds of roulette and see if Lady Luck's on your side. Land those winning combinations in slots and take a hefty bite out of their jackpots. Discover much more games on the 1xBet, where fortune awaits.
It's Voltonic time. Voltonic. It's no reason to the last drop. Share with friends. Good for me, are you?
Voltonic is enriched with vitamins and minerals for that rush of vitality you need to reach greatness.
It's Voltonic time.
It's time for golden season. Golden time to win. The rules are simple. Place bets on any sports event. Get promotional tickets. Take part in prize draws. It's golden season. Golden time to win. Use the promo code to get your welcome bonus.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, you're watching ANT Lagos Channel 10 Saturday News Review at 7. Now we move to the stories that made headlines during the week, and we start from the newly appointed chairman and members of the Federal Civil Service Commission, FCSC, have been sworn in. President Bola Tinubu performed the ceremony before commencement of the Federal Executive Council meeting, which was slated for Wednesday. State House correspondent Musbau Danwahab reports.
The new leadership of the Federal Civil Service Commission, FCSC, appointed late October, have passed the test and have been duly confirmed by the Senate. Tunji Olaupa from Oyo State, a retired Federal Permanent Secretary and Professor of Public Administration, who will serve as the chairman of the FCSC, and the other 11 members of the commission took oath of office before President Bola Tinubu. The President, in an earlier statement by his advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, charged the new FCSC leadership to competently facilitate the transformation, reorientation, and digitization of a federal bureaucracy to enable growth and enhanced private sector participation in the development of a Nigerian economy in full adherence to the renewed hope agenda of his administration.
We need to beef up the capability readiness. We need to modernize by deploying technology. We need to institute professionalism and competency-based human resource management. We need to move the civil service to a position where it could help government to deliver on its agenda.
President Tinubu also swore in Musa Adamu Aliyu as the new chairman for the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC. Aliyu, who holds doctorate degree in law, was appointed the Attorney General of Jigawa State in 2019.
Nigeria needs about 400 billion naira to implement its national science, technology and innovation roadmap. Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology stated this through a message at the Northwest 2023 Techno Expo, organized by the National Board for Technology Incubation held in Kano. Aminu Umar reports.
National Board for Technology Incubation is mandated to manage the operation of technology incubation centers nationwide. With 37 of them across the Federation, the exhibitors from all states of the Northwest, among other research institutes and agencies, are in Kano to showcase their innovations. At the entrance of the venue is Alamin Lawal, a post-primary student who is there informally to bring to the public his innovative thinking with a model of buildings and a mosque. This, among others, is what Ingausa is utilizing through the power of indigenous language usage to train youth regardless of their educational background.
And we have an inclusive system of learning technical skills where we translate everything in our mother tongue, like Hausa. Education is a four-level prayer system which can reduce fire, during some accident or somebody inside fire, that's the place where we enter and go and send the knife or your parties. That's the end of the parents.
Inspecting the stands, the Minister Uche Naji, represented alongside the Director General of the Board, Patricia Chukwu, challenged the exhibitors to work hard towards making Nigeria's export grow through thoroughly executed scientific and technology innovations.
Science is the development of knowledge, business strength to drive us from where we are, from the resources economy to the world economy.
Particularly, we need to focus on food security, ending poverty, economic growth, and job creation.
Representatives of some state governors of the Northwest, among other stakeholders, identified science, technology, and innovation and its commercialization as right catalyst needed to propel the nation's economy to greatness. In Kano, Amin Umar, NTA News.
Members of the National Council of Privatization have been charged to ensure that economic decisions and reforms are reflected in the lives of Nigerians. Vice President Kashim Shettima, while declaring open induction program for the new council, urged them to be proactive in paving way for economic growth that is in harmony with the aspirations of the citizen. State House correspondent Abdulrahman Jibrila reports.
Assembled here are members and other critical stakeholders of the newly inaugurated National Council on Privatization at the Conference Center of the National Intelligence Agency. And the reminder is for them to station themselves on the front line of actualizing the renewed hope agenda of the Tinubu administration.
The National Council on Privatization, along with the Bureau of Public Enterprises, bear the critical responsibility of driving commercial interventions that align seamlessly with these priority areas. However, it is essential for each of us to pledge to create a future where every citizen thrives. Our aim is to transform economic prosperity from a distant dream into a tangible reality.
Vice President Kashim Shettima, who is also the chairman of the council, reminded members of the council that the task before them demands going to every horizon of the hotbed of opportunities to initiate transformative reforms and to collaborate, even as he implored them to embed the reforms they were set to make in President Tinubu's 8-point renewed hope agenda.
By the end of this retreat, my hope is that we will become more resolute about the necessity of letting our discussions resound with echoes of innovative strategies, collaborative initiatives, and uncompromising commitments to the principles enshrined in Mr. President's visionary agenda.
It was a package. It wasn't something that we could...
Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, underscored the significance of the federal government's privatization program and highlighted its impact on the management of enterprises owned by the government since the inception of the program.
We have a very fruitful induction session.
Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Ibrahim Hassan Hadija, urged them to give in their best in the new task, noting that the success of the Council will largely be dependent on synergy among stakeholders, both in private and public sectors. In Abuja, Abraham Jibrila, NTA News.
For the proposed recapitalization of banks, exercise to have this desired effect, guests on Good Morning Nigeria have urged the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to engage all relevant regulatory agencies and key players in the financial sector towards ensuring the effective and seamless process. Abdul Salam Jibril reports.
Nigeria were required to increase their minimum capital base to 25 billion naira from 2 billion naira before the 31st of December 2005. Since then, the depreciation of the naira to the dollar has weakened the capital base of banks, prompting another recapitalization. Guests on the program expressed support for the proposed recapitalization by the CBN, noting that it would help the country grow the economy.
The proposed banking sector recapitalization will also help to attract foreign direct investment, because a number of foreign investors will show interest in the banks and also want to take some stakes in those banks.
We are happy that this will further shift the regulators to stick to their regulatory function, because what we have is that they've become players even in the banking business. Most of the loans that we have as at the moment are being dished out directly by the CBN in the form of various interventions.
So if we do that, it should not be rushed into. If we are going to start it maybe next year, and even if we are going to start it next year, it should not be for 6 months. Maybe we give a timeline of maybe a time space of maybe 2 years or thereabout to finish the program, not announcing in June and saying by December you must be through.
They also urge the CBN to ensure that banks are incentivized to increase their capital base, and focus should be placed on the capacity of banks in terms of staffing, infrastructure, technology, among others. In Abuja, Abdul Salam Jubil, NTA News.
Moving on, harnessing the prowess and gallantry of female officers in different security outfits is critical to achieving national peace and safety of Nigerians. This is coming from key players in the nation's security sector at the 4th Women, Peace and Security Conference organized by the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs. Ngozi Technique has the details.
Recent cases of insecurity that Nigeria is grappling with in the recent times, it becomes imperative for a synergy among security agencies in tackling every criminality headlong. It is on this note that the Minister of Women Affairs, Uju Kennedy Ohanenye, is appealing for increased security watch on women, as this will help in curbing gender-based violence.
The new president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, is all about women, because he knows that when a woman is empowered, about 20 people are automatically empowered. Now, can we empower women without security? That is where you people come in.
This conference also has the potential to harness the strategic roles and responsibilities that women play in evolving strategies aimed at achieving enduring peace and security in our country.
I believe that the soft power element should give greater prominence to women. In this regard, I recommend that reviews of frameworks for violent conflict resolution with greater bias to soft power approaches should be undertaken in order to make women's forefront participation to be optimized.
So to establish security sector reform that is locally owned, not only locally owned, but sensitive to the needs of all constituencies in our communities.
The two-day event, which centers on the theme, operationalization of gender and security policies, roles of security agencies in addressing emerging peace and security challenges in Nigeria, is expected to come up with a communique that will form a working document for all stakeholders. In Abuja, Ngozi Technique, NTA News.
To conclude stories that made headlines during the week, local security interventions must be designed based on local peculiarities and considerations, with full participation of members of various communities and blocks to ensure inclusivity and ownership. The Minister of State Police Affairs, Imam Sulaiman Ibrahim, stated this at a citizen town hall engagement on strengthening policing in Nigeria. S.A. Uwamaka reports.
Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, which appreciates the critical role of security and the need to move against the existing threats to national security, a citizens' town hall engagement on strengthening policing was held in Lagos. Harping on the theme, community policing, building a safer Nigeria, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, says the Nigerian Police Force is poised to deliver a safer Nigeria by embracing efficient and effective community policing strategies that will aid economic development.
Our efforts are currently directed at refocusing the broad community policing concept to the more effective concept of policing our diverse communities.
The Minister of State, Federal Ministry of Police Affairs, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, disclosed that collaborations with key stakeholders within the Nigeria police ecosystem are underway to develop and implement a renewed hope police agenda.
The Ministry of Police Affairs and the Nigerian Police Force are working to develop and implement a roadmap, the renewed hope police agenda and a transformation roadmap, which is a bold initiative that would address existing challenges and reshape the Nigerian Police Force into a modern, proactive and efficient institution. Achieving this transformation requires the commitment and collaboration of all stakeholders.
In his capacity as the host, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu called for modernization of the security architecture and operations with the deployment of state-of-the-art technology for improved efficiency.
We are currently installing smart cameras all around the cities. We believe that these cameras will help us also be able to see what is happening in our communities, and they are all connected with our command and control center in different parts. And we'll continue to share all of our intelligence with the Lagos State Police Command and other first responders, that we have in the state.
The town hall meeting climaxed with a panelist session where issues and concerns were addressed as the governor was presented with a plaque for championing the cause of community policing in the state. In Lagos, S.C. Owomaka, NT News.
And that concludes the news tonight. Once again, thanks for joining us. I am Oluwabukola Akonde. A very good evening to you.
NTA 10, Station for Excellence.
Guys, what we're basically doing today is to search for the tastiest biscuits ever on the playground. Are you guys ready? Yeah! The search starts in 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Sona biscuits are rich in flavor, nourishment, and excitement. Grab a bite today.
Take off into a world of casino games and find your new favorites. Play a few rounds of roulette and see if Lady Locks on your side. Learn those winning combinations in slots and take a hefty bite out of their jackpots. Discover much more games on the 1xBet, where fortune awaits.